there's a lot you can say about my guest tonight, so therefore you really don't have to say anything except his name. Please welcome Sugar Ray Leonard. Well. How you doing, man?
Great, David.
Good. I got to ask you something that everyone's asking you, and it's the question you're going to be asked. If you haven't been asked 1,000 times, you will be. The pending fight with marvelous Marvin Hagler. The question is, why are you fighting him, man?
Well, for a lot of people, it's been difficult for them to comprehend, mainly because, see, I've reached a pedestal in my life, my boxing career, whereas that it was almost completed, David. But there was a void because of circumstances. I retired, and it was somewhat anticlimactic that I retired because of the injury that I had suffered. And for 2 years, I was in a state of limbo, and I said, what would have happened? And I always wanted to know what would have happened. So I came back in 1984, and it was not impressive, and I retired right after the fight. So then I said, well, I'm 28, I still can do it. I said, I'm 29. I said, I still can do it. I said, I'm 30, I better do it now. Really. And, you know, as far as my injury, I'm okay. I wouldn't do it if I wasn't. And, in fact, Marvin Hagler, he gave me the pleasure of appearing at my restaurant. And we talked about it. We talked about the fight. We talked about the possibility of it becoming a reality. And he had indicated to me that he is in the process of retiring. And I knew that was a sign because I had that same feeling after beating Tommy Hearns. You reach a certain level in your life, then you say, well, there are no more challenges. But he's a challenge, and I want him.
All right, now, did you ever think of doing it like at the end of the Rocky movie with Apollo Creed, where you're just the two of you in a room and no one else is around?
There's no revenue there. I mean,
now, you know, you're great in the ring, and I've been there watching you fight live. You know that, and I was there when you beat Tommy Hearns, and it was a great victory for you. And you know it cost me money because I didn't. You know, you remember we talked about it.
I'm still mad.
Yeah, I know you're still mad at me.
My buddy, though.
But it wasn't that much money. But that's when you won me. That's when I said, this is a guy who's everything everyone says. Now, I think that. I think your fans think that. I think you don't have to beat Hagler for any of us who are big fans of yours to think that you're one of the greatest fighters who ever lived. You know? All right? And let me follow it up with this. And there are a lot of us who like you as a fighter and like you as a person who are so glad there's nothing wrong with you, you see, because a lot of guys, other than that, a lot of guys, you know, everybody's tried to make the comeback. Joe Louis, Alexis Aguayo, Duran, he's still making his comeback. You got your brains, you got your face, you're in shape.
But you know, Dave, let me stop you. These people that made comebacks were 35, 36, really, and they, because of their style, I was really hit. And I'm very analytical as far as fighting. You know, I'm like the coach of the Redskins, like Joe Gibbs. I mean, I study, and I take every scientific approach to fight. I just don't get in the ring and become a gladiator. I'm very strategic. I go in the ring with the intentions of beating this guy scientifically. I win the psychological warfare. In fact, people say, well, Ray, you haven't fought in 2 years. That's a factor, a very significant factor. But then again, the other intangibles, marvelous Marvin Hagler, who I respect dearly, he fights once a year. He's at an age now where he can't fight 3 or 4 times a year. The other intangible is the fact that he himself has contemplated retirement, which means he didn't have that drive anymore. Another factor is the scar tissue. I mean, there's so many other little things. And the fight I'm speculating, probably take place in March or April after the new tax law.
So that's what I mean. You still have your brain. Yeah. See what I mean?
But a year away, that means he would have been out of the ring for 1 year himself. So it neutralizes things.
All right, now, you go in there and you win. Because you once said, and you know, a few things that you said, and you once said, once I say that I'm retiring, I'm out of it.
Yeah, that probably was
right?
part of my,
Now,
yes.
you did say
Yes,
that.
yes.
Now, I'm not talking about with the Olympics thing, because that was a whole different reason you came back and fought professionally. I'm talking about as a pro, and you said, once I leave, I leave.
And I meant that. But, I mean, I'm only human, so I have a tendency to contradict myself. I mean, politicians do it every day. But in all honesty, I said what was expected of me. I mean, thank God I got so many people and fans that care for me. But I have to satisfy one person before I sign the next autograph, and that's me.
Now, let's talk about the fight itself, right? The fight itself. Now, I've seen Hagler fight a lot.
He's a monster.
He's a monster. And I saw him. Now, he got in with Tommy Hearns. You did something very smart. When you fought Tommy Hearns, you turned him into a street fight all of a sudden, and he lost his cool, and you made him a street fighter. Now, Hagler did the same thing with Hearns. They just, those 3 minutes, I was at those 3 minutes, all right? Again, my money went out of the stadium in 9 minutes.
You should talk to me when you bet.
I know. I bet with my heart. Like, I would bet you, because I bet with my heart, and I believe in you. But you're facing a monster, man.
Yeah, he's tough.
Now, doesn't that do anything? You're facing one of the toughest guys. He's taking him out.
Yeah. When I fight Hagler, I'm not fighting him to knock him out. That's not my intention, because he has a good chin. I've always been, people appreciate my speed, my feet, and I would use that. I would use my hands, movement, lateral movement. I would box him. I mean, the fact is, Hagler's the type of guy, because, see, we're still negotiating, so nothing has materialized yet. So if I give him X amount of the gate, say, for example, I give him the percentage, I'm sure he would give me 12 rounds. In other words, instead of 15. So that's the thing we're playing with now.
So that would be your advantage to have it down to 12.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to make this an even fight. I mean, quite naturally, everyone feels he's going to knock my block off. 70% of people think I'm going to get my block knocked off. 30%, who is my family, are with me.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk more with Sugar Ray right after this. Now, Ray, I want to ask you, to get back to what I was thinking and trying to lead to before. Now, what Hagler did with Hearns, it turned into a street brawl. No matter, I mean, Hearns just got it, and they just stood toe-to-toe, and he brought out that macho thing, and they just battled for the greatest 3 minutes, they say, the first 3 rounds. How are you going to prevent Hagler from doing that to you, getting that macho thing involved? Because Duran did it the first time you fought him in Canada. Yeah. He brought out that street fight thing, you were out there. How are you going to avoid it this time? I'm
smarter. Run. Just go. Because, I mean, again, speed is essential. Speed is the key. Not really run too far, because I'm in the ring, but just run. But just enough.
See, so I would run too, like Cincinnati, or, you know.
But that's the key, the fact of maintaining your composure, because that's the key to winning also. I mean, there's so many other little factors that's involved. It's going to be a staring down process, which I won't accommodate him by. I would just maintain. It's all concentration.
And what about the weight? Now, you're going to be able to move as fast as 150-some pounds?
Well, that's what I weigh now. I would walk the streets. My weight fluctuates between 155 and 161. I'll probably come in about 156.